Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Team Empire podcast. You're here with your host Shannon, and I've got my co-host back. We've got a wrap up. We're back with our wrap ups. A lot of people have been asking for these. It was probably the most requested thing on top of getting Kate Carroll on the pod after her qualification, but they're back, and I've got my main man Frank with me. Frank, how are you?
Good, good. Yeah, stoked to be back.
Yeah, the season's
Season's
here, man.
on.
It's already, yeah, it's off and it's ready and it's going and it's good. And you got to make it down for TOC. I couldn't make it down this year, but you got to get down there and watch it. There was the natural show, there was a normal show, there was a lot going on. There's been a lot going on, and we're going to dive straight into the wrap up, guys. We definitely are. But I just want to check in on Frank. A lot of you guys are wanting to know how everything's going over there. There's been a lot happening in Frank in the Carroll's world lately. So first of all, we'll talk about Kate, but first of all, Frank, how are you doing? How's your year been? We haven't really talked to you much this year, a couple of times, but yeah, how's everything going? How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, eh? Yeah. Just yeah, a bit of a duck on the water,
Yeah,
cruising along the top, feet going hardcore underneath, and yeah, plenty to do, but enjoying it. So yeah.
cool. Nice. Oh, I love it. And you've got a big team competing this year again. It's going to be so much fun to see it. Obviously kicked it off strong with TOC, but we'll dive into all of that. How is Kate going? Are you guys still riding a high from the Olympia qualification? We did the episode with her, but how are you guys feeling? How are you?
Yeah, good, eh? It's I think like obviously we're aware of the the size of the accomplishment that it is, and there's definitely been a high, but I think it's sort of more just the closer we get to it now, the more it is. Well, for each of us, like, yo, shit, yeah, we're on, like we're going there. And so yeah, the fire's definitely lit. Yeah, Kate's tracking well. She's had a good little mini sort of improvement season. And yeah, she's into her prep now. So yeah, it's all ticking along well.
I love it. Looking so good. We're all excited to see how she goes, and we're all going to watch. And anyone who's like following Team Empire, we're going to be watching little snippets of the Olympia. This is your first time to Olympia too, even just to watch, hey?
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's pretty cool.
Are you
For real.
excited to meet anyone, or like, what are you excited about as well as obviously Kate competing? But are you excited to like just to I don't know meet any of the guys or whatever?
Yeah, I'm definitely keen to get around them and stuff, right? But I'm sort of I don't really operate like that. I'm much more on the like I've got a job to do, we've got a mission to accomplish. So that's the focus, and obviously there'll be good stuff that happens around that as well. Like I know I'm going to meet other people, I know I'm going to get to hang out with them and stuff, but yeah, the focus is on Kate. Just like when we were away last time, yeah, got to brush shoulders with heaps of epic people. Phone is full of a whole lot of contacts that I would never even dreamed of. Yeah, and so like that's going to happen. When I think they see it too, like they see that like you're committed and focused on a task, and they're about it, eh? Like yeah, so
Gonna be
yeah,
fun. You got a 2 week trip too leading up into the show. Kate said you're going to leave a little bit earlier, so that's going to be quite fun to get around some gyms or something.
yeah. We want to head over there early and sort of finish the prep off there. Just like the culture's so good, and it just yeah, it feeds into it massively. You just get more driven. So yeah, if she's feeling like she's in prep, I would say that just get washed away with just motivation of just being there, but also that time to acclimatize and all that sort of stuff as well. We're not just jumping up the country to compete in any old show, right? So we want to make sure that we've set ourselves up so that we can best sort of like be a part of the just the whole environment of it. Mm.
Love it. So cool. And just quickly before you get into TOC, Jazz getting her qualification. I know you and
Yeah,
Dean are good mates, and Jazz and Kate are good mates, and you guys will train and
yeah.
hang out together and stuff. Are you pumped? Was that cool for you to see as well?
Yeah, it was real cool. And like, I mean, because there's no pressure on me this time, it was like awesome just to watch it. But yeah, like having been over there and seeing, what was up over there, and like, I remember being over there and just being like, Jazz has got it. She's gonna get there, and yeah, come back. And it was like the first thing I wanted to say when I seen Dean, and this was, you guys are gonna be there, man.
Yeah.
Like believe it, you've got it. Yeah, so yeah, stoked to see that happen for them. Real pumped.
Yeah, so cool. And now you got some buddies to travel with too, so everybody wins.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I love it.
Man, two girls are making a statement for sure.
I know.
Mm.
How good. Go the blondie. Go get it.
Mm.
Watching. Um,
Yeah,
All right, let's get into TOC. Let's do it because we've got 2 shows to wrap up. They were slightly smaller shows, but that's absolutely fine. The talent was amazing. That doesn't change anything about the caliber. Naturals was cool. Regionals was cool. Both of them were great. We did have someone take out the overall for both shows, so we'll get into that soon. We'll talk about her shortly, but we'll start with naturals. Long day, Frank. Obviously, 2 shows in one. They always a bit longer, but it's fun. It's a whole day of bodybuilding. What else could we love more than that? To be honest, is all we want to do. So just tell us about, maybe just quickly about the show, because you were there, and people that may not have been there to watch. Was it a good show? What was the stage like? What was the audience like? Was everyone pumped? Like, what was the awards well? Did Shane do a good job? Just give us a little rundown on the actual show and how much you enjoyed it.
Yeah, so it lived up to all its normal prestige. It's always a really awesomely run show. Everyone gets made to feel, as an athlete and as a spectator, like just part of the whole ordeal. The crowd gets nice and worked up. They just put a lot into making sure everyone's present, as well as looked after right. And the stage is always nice. The lighting's always real good. The whole ambience is always epic. And Shane he really does like find something extra to add every single year to make the show better. So like there was robes given out. There was they bought equipment in to pump up backstage with. So they're just looking for everything that they can to just make the whole day just a bit more special, right? And so generally it will bring good quality athletes, in terms of not just like physique but attitude as well.
Yeah.
And so I don't think there's anybody that ever has a bad time, and that carried on this year as well, from the athletes to the spectators. Good show.
Yeah, love it, guys. To make sure you pencil it in your diary for next year, guys. I know we don't have any dates, but like definitely something to consider is to compete at TOC. And if you're not competing there, go watch it. It's so good. It's incredible. And if I didn't have clients competing and other things on, I definitely would have got down there myself. So make sure you make the effort. It's really good to do it, and it's really fun, and it's just great to watch. And as a competitor, they all rave about it, every single one of them. So it's not just something we're saying, it's genuine. Everyone loves it. All right, let's dive in. Let's start with the boys. Let's start with classic physique, favorite for the boys. Had a good handful there. Was looking really good. We had Division A. We had there was 3 in there. Sorry, there was 3 in there. We had Gianni Caton take it out. I don't know if you remember. Obviously, we're going off Frank's memory for him to give us some reviews on things. I've got some footage of mostly the females to chuck up on YouTube if you guys are watching on YouTube, so you can run through that with us. But Frank, do you remember classic physique from the Naturals show, and what was the turnout like? It looked pretty good from what I got to see of just little snippets.
Yeah, so there was a few numbers in there, and like I can't remember their names either. But who turned up was cool. And I think it must have been first time for many of them as well. But even so, like, bought pretty good packages in terms of condition and physique size as well. And from what I can recall, the person that took it out, you'll get there. But he was sharp, real sharp.
Yeah, looking good. His name is Gianni Caton, I believe, if I'm pronouncing that right. And there was 2 others in that for classic physique. And just a good turnout, just a good to have them show up and show face and get it done. And we always love to see classic physique turn up and get their posing done and things like that. So good job to him for taking that one out. Hopefully he carries on for the rest of the season too. There's plenty more to go. There's a natural pro card on the table. So even if you want to continue with the natural shows, do it, because there's definitely a good reason to do that this year. Let's move into men's physique, because that was classic physique. It was a little smaller. It's bigger class in the standard regional, so we'll get into that a bit later. But men's physique, we always have a good bunch of first timers. I'm like, where are all these dudes coming from? But there's always a few. One of them was a no-show, so hopefully he does pop back out later. So 4 of them turned up there. And then we had junior men's, only 1 in that class, and that was Gianni Caton who took that out as well from classic physique. And you'll see that a little bit sometimes in the natural divisions, especially they will go between classes and to see what they can do. And then masters, we had 1 in the 40+ years, and that was Sukhdev Singh. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I'll just run through the rest of them, Frank, and then we can go through it together if you like. But we also had novice, 2 in Division A, 1 in Division C, 1 in Division D, and then open. So like pretty good turn. I mean, there was like 1 in each class, and then you have to put them all together, don't you? And then it's a little bit funny trying to judge it, and people aren't sure which class they come from where. But I think that's it. I think there was Kate. I think Gianni Caton took that one out again. It's not very clear on the results sheet, and that's something that I missed. But was there enough of the natural men's physique guys to like pump up the stage of it? How did that look from your end from watching that? Was there enough going on?
There wasn't probably quite enough
Yeah.
yet, but like yeah, there's a couple of guys that they walked out and they looked good. They
Mm.
looked yeah, crisp and clean and had good stage presence and yeah, I think they must have had a decent amount of supporters in the crowd because there was still no decent amount of cheering going on and stuff. So, but yeah, I mean sometimes it's like that. Um, they turned up, glad that they did because they looked good, they deserved it, and yeah, yeah, credit to Johnny. Real good physique, real good presentation. Mm.
Out. Nice work, mate. That's awesome, man. Doing two different divisions and taking them both out. Even with small numbers, no matter how many numbers are there, you've still done that job and you've done the work, and it's awesome to make note of that. Bodybuilding was a little small as well in terms of classes. We had Kim and Rafe Akuso. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but he took it out. I've seen him before. He was in
Yeah.
nationals last year. You know who I'm talking about, right? Yeah. And he's a fucking weapon, man. I was like, Natty, are we have a natural show? Like he's so
Yeah.
incredible. He
Yeah.
looks great. He's got this really nice demeanor about him, and he's really like seems like he's happy to be there, but he's not like he's a humble dude. I don't know. It just seems
Mm.
like that kind of guy. I don't know him at all, but that's what how he appears.
Yeah.
What did you think? Did he have a cool routine as well? I missed his routine. I love bodybuilding routines. Was it good to see him there?
That guy there doesn't even need to have a routine. All he needs to do is just put his arms up, and it's he's he's got a cool charisma about him. The cool thing with him, like he always looks good, but as the season progresses, he'll get better and better and better. I always like watching him go throughout the season, and he tightens up some more, gets a little bit leaner. Yeah, and so just pops off even more. But he's just one impressive rig, man. Yeah,
Yeah. He's great.
yeah,
We'll see him at nationals, and hopefully he pops up again at some other shows. You never know, but he comes back and gets it done. So we'll see him again later
yeah.
in the year, which is exciting. And good on you with your win. That's epic. Women's physique and women's figure was women's physique got taken out by Tessa Moxie, but she also competed in figure. She was the only one in women's physique. We love having women in women's physique and women's bodybuilding, but it doesn't happen very often. But it's just good to see the women get up there and get into the women's physique because we love that class. And then in figure we had Tessa Moxie and Ki Wang. So there was actually two women in that class for the figure. And again, we love to see figure. And actually that King Wang took that one out. So Tessa took out the women's physique on her own, and then King Wang took out the figure. So do you remember any of that? I know that was really briefing, obviously quite short, but did you catch any of those ladies?
Yep, seen them both, seen them all. Yeah, they each represented their class as well, and then obviously in the second class it was just a matter of being more suited to a class than the other, and yeah, again like not many numbers, so not a strong competition, but they went out there, done it for themselves, and got the job done. So yeah, always got to appreciate and respect that.
Sure, absolutely. And like some people might find out they might be their only person and then actually retreat and not want to compete, so it's really cool that people just fucking go and get it done. And regardless of who's there, there's going to be more at nationals anyway. So just keep working, just keep doing it, and it's stage time. I mean, we all need some stage time, so we'll take it. So well done, ladies. All right, let's move into wellness. Now, wellness, we had 3 competitors. Which is great because the more wellness the better, and we're just happy to see wellness up there. So we had Daisy Fenwick, we had Palipa Lomau, I think I'm pronouncing that. Sorry, I'm so sorry if I butcher any names. And we had Dominique Cox, who is a worthy of victories, my team. Woo. And class B had 2 and 1 in class A. Dominique took that out. She's done great. If anyone hasn't followed her journey, go follow her because it's incredible. She came from bikini to wellness. I know she's one of Frank's clients, but we're just going to talk about her and pump her up just for a little bit because she is incredible. She's done such a great job at improving her physique into a whole different division naturally, can we just say? And talk about it, Frank. I know that you don't like to hype up your girls too much in this pod, like keep it non-biased, but just tell us about Dom because she was the one that took out both overalls for the naturals and the standard, and she's just incredible, and she's just built over this whole year. She looks amazing. So talk to us about Dom and how she looked up there and everything.
Yeah, she's good. I think unbiasedly she represented the class well. Like every single person at that show, it's the first show of the year. She'll continue to make progress, and yeah, that's all. I mean, part of doing the qualifying shows is to get the feedback and then run with the feedback that you have to make the changes that they want to see. So yeah, that's all, yeah, in motion. And yeah, definitely proud of her. You've got someone that, yeah, I mean, I basically chose it for her in at last year that she should step into wellness, and she was a little bit taken by it, but has trusted it and yeah, run with it and worked hard for it. And yeah, you see her on stage, she's 100% wellness, and yeah, she's made massive progress in the time. And yeah, excited to see yeah how much more progress she will make, because she is an absolute weapon. Works so hard, and yeah, she deserves it. So obviously rooting for her. Obviously know that we're going to have some good competition to come up against as the year goes along, but she's here for it, and yeah, she won't make it easy for anyone else either. So it's good. It's all, yeah, it's all part of obviously like each person doing their own part and making sure that the standard and the criteria rises up, and the classes continue to develop and grow. Makes the shows more competitive, but also more fun and more entertaining to watch as well. And everyone's sort of, wrapped up in everyone else's journey too. Like it's a big support thing, right? So yeah, it's cool, and yeah, good on her.
Good on you, Dom. You killed it, babe. And you're right. She looks like wellness. You're like, oh wow, why wasn't she always in wellness? You kind of don't know, but a lot of women start at bikini, move to wellness, and she clearly has done the right thing there, and you've guided her along the right journey. And she just looks so. Is she doing like 4 league days a week? What have you got her doing? Oh damn, she's growing quick. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, like she's come through. She had injuries as well in that time as well, that like pretty like full on injuries that she had to rehab through as well, and just kept the development up. And obviously just it was a matter of yeah working around those things. But man, like nobody has an easy prep, but can definitely attest to that. Like she had a real challenging time, but man, still just got it done, and no excuses of that one, man.
She's a
Yeah.
weapon, eh? She's just so good. If you know her, you know what I'm saying. Like she's just fucking an animal, and I love it, and she loves it. So
Mm.
good on her. Good on you, Dom. You're a weapon. We can't wait to see you at your next shows, or nationals, or whatever else you might do in the meantime. All right, bikini. Bikini. We know it's our biggest division, especially in this natural show. So we had a bunch of first timers. We had juniors. We had masters over 35s, and then we had our novice. And open classes. It was a really good turnout. Obviously, we had a bunch of WOV bikini girls in there as well, but it was just great across the board. So first timers, we had 5 in that class. Sophia Burford, Gabrielle Robertson, Rebecca Ann, Zhao Yao, and Elise Mather, and Kaylee Coughlin as well. And Gabrielle Robertson took that one out. That was in the first timers. Juniors was Elise Mather and Georgia Peterson. Georgia, we love Georgia. She took out the juniors, Georgia did. And then masters was Rebecca Ann, Sarah Ord, Raina Cheng, and Olivia Sheldrake. And Raina took that one out, and she looked incredible too. So should we just touch on those ones before we move into novice and open? Because obviously that's a little separate. But what did you think about that? The first time is a good 5 of them up on the stage. It's always really good for a battle. Georgia Peterson back in the juniors taking it out. And then the masters was Raina. Did you enjoy watching those? Were the girls looking great? Was it a good battle?
Yeah, yeah, it was actually. Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, what can I remember? The There was, yeah, obviously the quality was pretty good. First timers was pretty typical of first timers. Um, yeah, I think that potentially what would have made that class more competitive would have been more time and attention spent to posing. Honestly, I think yeah, so just a heads up for first timers, like don't skimp on that. Um, yeah, it just you'll get more out of it as well. You'll get better photos, you'll have a better time. Yeah, don't just write it off because you're just going to do first timers. Like, yeah, go and do it the best that you can. And heck, man, you never know. You win it, you might end up walking out for the overall. And I mean, we had seen that a couple times last year. First timers coming out winning overalls. So yeah.
Yeah. Keep it in mind,
Uh,
girls. Keep it in mind. And
mm,
it's better to feel confident, right? You want to know, I'm going to come up there, I'm going to hit this like this, and I'm going to look like this. And if you don't know that, or if you're not confident, it just adds to the nerves. So it's like, fuck, just do
yeah,
yourself a favor and just get that practice in. It's always worth it. But that's a good thing to note, Frank, on that. That's really good. So posing, girls, always, even first time, it doesn't matter how many times you've been on the stage, posing is key. Juniors is always good. We've always got a couple now in there. It's always really good to see. And the young girls coming up. Georgia's doing so well, holding it down for the juniors. She's slaying it. She got into overalls and everything last year. So that was really, really cool. So the young girls are looking good. The Masters were looking good too. What do you think about the Masters this year? There was 4 in there. Obviously, a couple of WOF girls. We had Olivia Sheldrake back. What do you think about the Masters girls looking good?
Yeah, stoked with the Masters. I've said it before. It was one of my favorite classes. I love them coming out and sticking it to it. um, just that whole proving age is nothing but a number. Man, these girls are getting better every year as well. So it's epic, and they represent the criteria awesomely. So, and it's competitive, and man, yeah, the standard was good, the quality was good. Yeah, but my girls up there are often torn, but yeah, proud of each of them. And I always say, like, my job's to get them there, and I'm glad that I don't have to judge it and pick a winner, because yeah, they bring it. So it's good.
Nice work, girls. And we'll obviously we obviously have more masters in the standard regional, so we'll get to that soon as well. But really, really good work on the masters, guys. It was awesome. So Raina took out that one. So well done there. And then we also had novice bikini. Class A, we had Rebecca Ann and Raina in that class again. Raina took that one out. In Class B, we had Georgia Pedersen. I thought Georgia was Class A, but she's Class B. That taught me. So she took that one out. She was the only one there. Class C was a little bigger. So we had Jennifer N, Gabrielle Robertson, Jaya Yao, I always butcher, I'm so sorry, Elise Mather, and Sarah Ord and Kaylee Coughlin. And that was Sarah Ord took that one out. Nice one, babe. Class C. And Class D was Sophia Burford and Ali He, and Ali took that one out too. She's come over from Australia. She's coached by Troy Thornton. And also Olivia Sheldrake's just recently started coaching with Troy Thornton too. So we had a couple of those up there. It's just always really good to get a mix, different coaches, different vibes. And then we had open. So Class B, Georgia Pedersen took that one out. She was the only one in the class. Class C, we had Jennifer N, Sarah Ord, Olivia Sheldrake, and Adita Brown. So you may not have heard her name yet because she's only done opens because she won last year an overall. So she can only do opens now. And Ellie He took out Class D. So that was quite a good little overall there. Like, I mean, going to see who won those classes, and that was obviously Georgia Pedersen, Adita Brown, Ellie was there. We all know I'm a big fan of Adita. I'm so biased on her because I just love her so much. She's so awesome. So I'm so happy that she took that out again. Can I just say, Frank, we say in New Zealand sometimes, obviously, with bikini and wellness, you can win from the back a lot because that's such a hard pose to get right, conditioning wise, everything. It's really hard to get the development there. The line, everything has to be perfect. So you win a lot from the back. Adita is one of those examples. You flip them all around. Adita's got the best back shot, unfortunately, for everyone. She has the nicest tie-ins and everything looked great. So I feel like that was quite, to me, that looked like, even on the live stream, like a good, pretty clear win. And I was pretty happy with that. How did you feel about the overall win? Were you happy with all the girls? Do you think it was marked correctly? It all looked good. Judging was done well, all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, the judging of the show in general was all, real
Nice.
bang on. There wasn't anything that I would have questioned at all across the whole show, the naturals and the regular. So yeah, I got asked who I thought it was going to be, and sort of just, no, I'm not biased. I see shit how I see shit, and I sort of, mentioned, I think that Adita will probably get it again, based off of what is there. And so you're right. Like, with the back shot, it's what people have to remember is it's not just the point from the back shot, it's also your walk to the back as well as your back. And so effectively, like, if you're down somewhere in your back, that's going to be presented in your walk to the back as well. So it's not just like one thing. It's not just that you can win 2-1 front side to the back, but you've got that walk as well, and that's when things will even stand out more. And so if it's not right, they can't just slide you up to the top because your front shot was the best. But I mean, that's just time. It's just time getting it right, spent working on the things that need to be worked on. Sometimes they're little things, sometimes they're things that take a little bit more development, so a bit more time. But yeah.
That's a good point as well. And it's not just like they're making you walk to the back and front just for fun or just to see how how your suit looks. It's all about seeing how full your glutes look when you walk, or like, there's so much more to it. But Yeah, that back shot, man, that seems to be really tricky. But Adidas, you guys have got that down. So she took that one out, and it was really awesome to see her win again. She never expects to win, but when she does, it's such a sweet moment. So well done to Adidas for taking that one out. That's 2 overall wins for that babe, and she'll be off to nationals as well. So that's going to be fun to watch. So that's the natural show wrapped up just like that. Just like that. So now we've got the standard show. Should we just jump straight in, Frank?
Yep.
Just jump straight in. So we had Classic Physique. We've got some people that have come back, done it again. Now I know some of the boys' names because I've seen them for a few years in a row, and it's just good to see them coming back and doing it again. I love it. So Classic Physique, first timers, we had Johannes Priest. I think I'm saying that right. And then Classic Physique Juniors, which is 16 to 23 years, was Jake Stewart. I love Jake. He's amazing. And then we had, I'm just going to go through the divisions. We can run through it together, Frank, if you like. But Division A, we had Cedric Esther and Ross Chambers, another regular name from that lineup. Division B was Jake Stewart on his own. Division C was Chris Sinclair and Dan Sharplin. Again, more names that we've heard. And Darren Dingle, sorry, he was also in that class, Division C. And then Division D was Ronaldo Stridon. So a lot of names that we've heard before, of course. Still a relatively small class, but a fucking good one. Like, I was watching the videos that were going up of that, and it was just, I was like, this is cool. I love classics. So tell me about what you thought of that. Was the posing good? Were the boys good? You obviously know Jake and Ross and Dan and all of them. You've seen them all before. What did you think of classic physique for the natural? Oh, sorry, for the standard regionals.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, cool to see all those boys come in and do it, and it actually be a competition. It wasn't like like they all had to work for it, and there was a lot of moving around, and as the posing went down, they got they changed, and so they get moved around, and then they had a good battle up there. So they made it look good.
Yeah, nice. They did such a good job, and I like it how even if they've got their winners, Mo will still make them do a fucking pose down or something. And the bodybuilding boys, like, he'll always make him do a little bit more. And I love that. So Dan Sharplin took that one out. I'm a Dan fan. I went to watch a TOC last year, and he took that one out. He's just, I don't know if you agree with me, Frank, but I feel like he's made for it. He's got the stage presence. He's like, he captures you as soon as he comes out. He cares about posing. He genuinely gives a fuck about the sport. You can tell, you feel it. I like that about Jake as well. You can really feel that he's out there to really put on a show and have your attention, and that kind of thing. So was Dan like a clear win for you? Was it I know it was a battle and stuff like that, but did you feel like Dan had that extra edge? What do you think about Dan as the winner for the TOC?
Oh, I thought was maybe a little bit closer than it just being given to him. I think, Christy probably just missed a little bit of conditioning. Just the ability just to pop a little bit more on stage. I think, Dan nailed the just sharpness. But like, man, they went around a few rounds, and there were some rounds where I think Chrissy won. He seemed to be getting better, and then I think no one's going to mind if I do say that Dan sort of had to win it. He was overall the just total package a little bit more, but like, it was there for Chrissy as well. I can't speak for the judges. I was trying to look at it from a perspective of, could I, if I was judging, allow Chrissy to win, and I probably could have at times as well. The lighting playing off on the tan, obviously they look different on stage in person to how they look on video as well. So it was, I think, closer than what people might have thought. Credit to them both. Like, that's the sport that's going to be tight sometimes, right? And I think like, obviously you've got Chrissy's got good fullness, he's got good shape, he's got a great looking physique, but Dan just nailed the conditioning and everything popping off. And so that was Jake's strong point as well. Really good conditioning. He pops on stage. He was exciting to watch. It's hard not to look at people like that. So and then Darren come through and had a hard time against two good lads, because can't forget about him either. He always turns out well, and he'll know what he's got to work on, and good showing.
Yeah, good show. And can I just say, all of those guys, even I can see improvements from last year, and this is not like my division by any means. And I mean, I coach women, but just women. But these guys, when Jake came out, I was like, Jake looks different. Like Jake's look,
Yeah,
like what?
I
Like, do you
think,
agree?
yeah, I think Jake is definitely the most improved that I'd say for almost all of the people that turned up, bar the first timers and stuff, that they almost look like they could do with a bit more time off.
Mm-hmm.
That they probably could look better if they had more time off. Jake was someone that came out and I was genuinely surprised by the progress, yeah, and just the look that was there, and was also really impressed with Johan. I think or
Yeah,
Johan's however his name is said. Um, that 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 is a monster in the making. Yeah, he's definitely got some mad potential there. So yeah, and Ross is in there as well, right? Ross, yeah, he looked good as well. Like, you know, it just yeah, you come across people that are just going to have it dialed in that little bit more, and that's that was the difference. Mm.
and we can see you working, guys. Like if you're listening, like we can see it, man. It's all good, and you look good. And we know Mo sees that, and everyone like takes it on board that you're actually growing. And it's not just like you turn up on the day and we've like forgotten about you. Like Mo actually does remember who's there, and if they're actually into it and they're actually developing and like listening to feedback. And if you do, like you notice it, even just people in the audience notice it. So like awesome work, because if we can see it, we know you've been working. Like you can't fake that. So nice work, guys. We're really, really stoked for you. So Dan, well done on your second TOC win back to back. And we're excited to see you at nationals because we know you're going to be coming in hot, ready to go, fired up. Everyone's coming for the pro card. All right, men's physique. Let's jump into that. There's only a couple of dudes in here, and they kind of repeated through some of the classes. So first timers, we had three. We had Sukhdev Singh, we had Parminder Lally, we had Rajat Kataria, and those were the three in first timers. And Rajat took that one out. We had Masters 40 plus. Sukhdev Singh was in that one as well as first timers. So he took that one out. Well done. Novice, there was only three. Damien Radine and Rajat Kataria and Parminder Lally were in novice in their own separate classes. So they all took out first place in their own individual, divisions. And then open, there was Damien Reedon and Mike Herrera and Keith Bojwani. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly too. And Keith took out the open. So again, relatively kind of smaller, but still enough to battle. But how did the men's physique boys look, Frank? Do you remember seeing them up there? And I mean, the winner looks great because I've seen him, but what were your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't really have much to say on it up to just the open. Like, yeah, just because there wasn't enough competition, and again, like it's just credit to them for getting up there and getting over the line and getting it done. Qualified. See you later in the year. But yeah, the open guys were good, and so going for the overall, it was a nice bit of a battle there. Obviously, they can only battle so much when there's a couple of them up there, but they looked good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, good work, guys. And good work, Keith, taking that out. It's just awesome to see. And you look amazing. So keep it going, keep it going for the rest of the season. And we'll see what you can do later in the year as well. All right, bodybuilding, your division, Fred. Oh, do you have any other notes on that?
I know. I was just going to say that Keith, he definitely made quite good progress from the last time I'd seen him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen, I might have seen him before, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm really sorry about that. But it's always good to acknowledge their progress. And if you see it, it's just good to point it out because, I mean, we're working hard. So I want to make sure we know it. All right, bodybuilding. We've got some junior men. We had Jake Stewart back. I love it. He's just pushing. He's just gunning for it. 20 to 23 years as juniors for this one. And Daniel Stevens. Jake took out the juniors. And then we'll just run straight through because we've just got a couple more. We had the middleweight for novice, Ross Chambers. I took that out. He was the only one there. Light heavyweight, we had Johannes Priest and then Callum Holmes. And then we had heavyweight was Daniel Stevens. In the light heavyweight, Callum Holmes took that out on top of Johannes. So well done there. And then bodybuilding open, light heavyweight was Callum Holmes. Heavyweight was Darren Dingle and Chris Sinclair. And Callum Holmes took it out. You might remember that a couple of those names are from Plastic Physique as well. Obviously, people are trying to find their place and making sure they're in the right division. So that's why that happens. But Callum took that out. First time we've read his name out. So obviously he's made for bodybuilding by the sounds. What did you think about what did you think about those guys?
Yeah. They were good. Yeah, it's funny you see people go from classic physique into bodybuilding, and you do sort of see like some of them will even have a preference for classic physique, but they actually look better in bodybuilding. And I think like, yeah, again, I don't think anyone will mind me saying, but I think Chrissy suits bodybuilding. That's my perspective. I liked seeing him out in the bodybuilding lineup. Again, like that was a big fight as well for the overall. I can't remember. Yeah, I think that they had them all up there, even though they were in separate classes. But they all got spun around and put up against each other, and it was cool to see. I like seeing that where you see, the light heavyweights against the heavyweights and stuff, because you sort of start to see like you don't have to be the biggest or the heaviest to be the best on the day. And so it was quite a cool display. They worked hard. It was good to watch. They all looked good. I did get wind that Callum was doing it, and I just know the kind of package and conditioning that he brings from having sort of followed him and seen him do other shows, and I suspected that he probably would get it. I don't know how it's scored. I don't know, how close it was, but his conditioning was too good. Yeah,
Nice.
he would have been hard to beat on that. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Well, good work, Callum. Awesome to see. Can't wait to see you at Nationals as well if you keep going through. It's really, really awesome to see. And before we move into the women, we're just going to talk about how you got on the stage yourself and dropped your decks because I wasn't watching. Like there was a little bit of a live stream. I'm not trying to get anyone in trouble, but someone was just streaming bits of it for us, and I just opened it back up, and Frank's in his underwear on the stage with a whole bunch of other guys. Can you just tell us how that happened and who was on the stage with you? Was it other coaches? What happened there? What was going on?
Oh, so I'm going to say Mo, but this is how they try and keep the show uplifted and energized, and they have competitions for people in the crowd and stuff like that, sort of challenges, and yeah, we yeah Mo roped a couple of us up there, and initially I thought I'd got away without getting up there, but yeah, so there was so a couple of pros, there was also Connor, and then Van got pulled up as well, and myself. And so it was just a bit of fun. I don't know what we were supposed to win. Then I got told we were meant to share the prize, but I didn't know what it was anyway. But I don't know if there was a winner. It was just fun. But once one person takes the pants off, you can't leave them up there by themselves, and you can't be the last to do it. So yeah.
Oh, that was funny. It's good. You're getting involved. I mean, Mo loves that shit, doesn't he? He likes to get you boys up there and just like, get everyone's kid off. And he loves the bodybuilding boys, so he's all about it. And it's just cool to see. I just turned it over and I was like, I thought Kate was doing the guest posing, but like, we'll take it. We'll take the boys. Like, I mean, why not? So go and watch TOC, guys. You never know what you're going to get on the stage or what's going to happen. But you're a good sport, Frank. You had to do it right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move into the girls. Okay, so we had figure. Just two in the figure. Class A, Class B, Masters. Oh, no, we just had two. Sorry. One of them repeated for Masters. So Class A for novice was Olivia Rhea. And then Class B was Cheyenne Learman. And then in Masters figure, Olivia came back for that one as well. So they obviously got their own placings of first place for whatever their divisions or classes were. And then Cheyenne took it out between the two of them. So two for figure. I love to see the figure girls up there, and I hope we get more of them over the season. And I just know we are, because I know there's a whole bunch ready to roll. Do you remember the figure? Was it good? I mean, there's only two, but should we just acknowledge them and just let us know what you saw of that if you did see any of it?
Yeah, I did see it. I think all I can really say on it is it's like I've seen Sharon a few times now, so cool to see her progress. She's definitely progressing, and just all there else is to say is excited to see the rest of the competition come to light and see these people get better for nationals.
Plenty of time. Like, you did the first show, guys, so there's the best show to do. You've got plenty of time to tweak anything you need to, whatever. Do another couple of regionals if you've got the time and energy for it. But nice turning out, and good work, ladies. It's good to see. Let's move into wellness. We had two in wellness. We had Dominique back again, Dominique Cox, Dom from taking out the overall in naturals, and then we also had Palipa Lomau. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name but right, babe, but she looked amazing too. It was just good to see a couple of wellness Dom having someone to battle with and that kind of thing, not giving her an easy win is always good. But Dom did obviously take that one out as well. And they're both in Class B. So, I mean, just really quickly, what do you think about that? Dom obviously come back and did another. Did she look different between two shows? Just tell us what you thought about the wellness.
Yeah, so it was cool to have the opportunity to, like, I wanted to try something different with the pump up routine. Yeah, and so yeah, I like it's just still part of the job, right? Can I get them better? And yeah, so we got to obviously load up a little bit more, just pumped her up a little bit differently, a little bit harder. Um, yeah, and obviously, like, as the day goes by, there's less stress. You're starting to enjoy it more, so there's a little bit more tightening up again. And so yeah, it's cool to sort of like put that together, let them see it, so they know for next time as well. Look, like, just run it like this from the start. Yeah, so we managed to get her a little bit tighter and a little bit more full, and yeah, she looked a bit better again afternoon, so that was cool.
Nice work, Dom. And she'll be feeling more confident now. She's done a couple of shows back to back and stuff. She'll probably be feeling a little bit like good on her feet now, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Good on you, Dom. Well done. 2 overall wins, sis. She's off to a good start for the year. So only more time now to just to keep fine tuning. And I'm sure you guys will do that together. It's going to be good to see. All right, bikini. Bikini. So we had some couple of first timers. And one of these first timers came out of the bag and she did a really good job. And I don't even know who she was until the show. So always good. We love to see these first timers. So there was in the first timers Tisha Pennington, Jada Eames, Elise Mather was back again too, and Ella Eager. Tisha Pennington took out the first timers. And then she came back for juniors. Juniors was Tisha Pennington, Elise Mather, and Georgia Pedersen again. Tisha took it out. She took out our little G. So immediately I was like, who is this chick? And start watching really closely. And she did such a great job. Masters was also great. We had Amy Lang, so another WOV lady. Amazing. I love to see Amy every single year just look better and better and different and more glutes and this and that. And she just looks so good. We also had Olivia Sheldrake back too, and Amy took that out between the two of them. So that was really good. I'll just run through the novice and open too, Frank, and then we'll just run it back through and just check out how the girls went. Novice Class A, Ella Eager was the only competitor and she took that out. Class B was Georgia Pedersen, same thing, only person. Class C was Tisha Pennington and Elise Mather. Tisha took that out again, so that was her third class win. Class D was Jada Eames, Ali He, who was also in the other class, and sorry, the other competition, another Troy Thornton, and Jess Brown. And then Ali took that out. So that was really good. She always comes in nicely conditioned and looks good, but we'll talk about her in just a moment. Open, no Class A. Class B, Georgia Pedersen took that out. She was the only one in there. Class C was Amy Lang and Olivia Sheldrake, the two Masters girls battling it out in the open Class C, and Amy took that one out. And then Class D was Ali He and Jess Brown, and Ali took that out again. So the overall was Ali He, Amy Lang, Georgia Pedersen, Tisha Pennington. There was a whole bunch in there, wasn't there? But how was that? Was it quite a good? Was it good enough? That there's a handful. Was it good to watch?
Yeah, it was. It was definitely good enough. Like, everyone in the overall lineup was, yeah, did a winner, and like got to talk with the judges as well, and after, and it's really interesting to see, like, there wasn't actually just like a unanimous decision. There was some judges that thought one person over another person, others that thought another person over that person, and so it wasn't like a just clear win, which, yeah, goes to show, right, like what different people pick up and notice. And I guess, like, we've seen this over at the international shows as well, what parts of the criteria might get favored over other parts of the criteria, and that's just down to like a judge's preference. So yeah, it was a real decent overall, and it could have gone one of 3 ways. So yeah, it was pretty close. It was good, and whichever way it would have gone, you could be happy with it. But that went Tisha's way, and she definitely deserved it. Yeah, she looked good.
Nice work, Tisha. First timer. There you go, guys. Another first timer who went all the way through the ranks, cleaned up all of her classes that she competed in, and then took out the overalls. And you're like, first pop. There we go. You never know what will happen. So well done, Tisha. It's been good to see your start of your journey and to see what you do next and keep working. You've got a good few weeks left until, like, a good 8 weeks until nationals. So who knows how good you're going to come in there. She was really pumped. You could tell how happy she was about winning. So yeah, good on you, babe. Like, I mean, she's a first timer. She was not a junior. Was she a junior? No. Oh, yeah, she was a junior too. So there you go. So all of those classes she's taken out. I do feel like Amy looked fucking sharp. I feel like she's only going to come in even sharper. I'm just a big fan of her physique and how amazing she does. She cleans up wellness. She looks really good. I feel like Olivia wasn't super stoked with how she came in. I thought she was going to be, I think she thought that she was on the right track, but she came back out of that and she was like, maybe we've got some work to do. And I know Olivia's got fucking talent, you know, and I know that you know that too. We all love to see her up there. She's incredible. And she's got a new coach this year. So I guess they're going to fine tune some stuff and you'll see Liv come back hot in nationals and any other show that she does. She'll come in really, really fucking sharp. So it's going to be fun to watch. Nationals is going to be big.
Yeah. It's gonna, yeah, it'll just get more and more heated up as the year goes. Yeah.
I'm excited. It's going to be so good. I'm just going to bring up the calendar now so I can see it. But our next show is Auckland. For anyone who wants to know, Auckland Regional, 14th of September. Obviously up here in Auckland, Kristen's school, really nice venue. That was where Mo's Muscles was last year. Really nice venue. It's really, really cool. Nice place to watch, good lighting, all of that stuff. And then we've got the South Island Regionals, which is going to be another freaking awesome show. Frank, you're not going to make it to that show. You're going to be in the States, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he won't be there, but I'll be there taking videos of all our WOV girls and everything else in between. And then we've got Wellington Regional, then Waikato, and then it's time for naturals. So, sorry, nationals, natural nationals, and normal nationals. So we've got a big fired up season coming. So we'll wrap them all up, won't we, Frank, if we can, obviously around Olympia and everything else going on. But we'll do as many wrap ups as we can. I'm sure we will, won't we?
Yeah.
Nice. All right, guys, that's pretty much it for this episode. Do you want to mention anything else, Frank? Have I missed anything?
No, I don't think so. I think that's, yeah, pretty much covered it.
Yeah, nice. Well done to all of the competitors. You guys are amazing. It's always fun to watch. The first show is always a little nerve-wracking, but you guys killed it. Did so well to both natural and standard regionals. Don't forget to buy your freaking tickets and go and watch the shows. Don't ask for live streams. Just go and watch it. Literally get in there and do it. I'll be at South Islands to watch. I'll be at Auckland's and stuff like that. So come up and say hi if you want to. And I have Dan Sharplin on the pod coming up. I'll be with him on Friday. We'll be posting it on Sunday. So if you're listening to this now, you'll know that there'll be an episode coming with Dan. And if you need anything from me, just leave a comment, send a DM, all of that stuff. Leave Frank alone. He's too busy. And we'll be watching your journey as well, Frank, and checking you out on the way to Olympia. Should we do, after the season, do you reckon we should do a wrap up of your Olympia trip?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just to see how it went, you know, get all the little details that you don't share on Instagram and stuff.
Yeah. No, definitely keen for that. Yeah, there's obviously lots in it and heaps to talk about that I'm sure, yeah, everyone would love to hear about. And just, yeah, what else is, what else is there?
It's not exciting.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Sounds good, Frank. All right, everyone, in the description is where you can follow Frank. You can follow me. Don't forget to like and subscribe on all of those things. Don't forget to buy me a coffee. If you don't know what that is, check out the description. And we'll see you all on the next episode. Thank you so much, Frank. We'll see you all soon.
Welcome. Yeah.